Okay, so we're officially beginning the editing. I mean the video editing processing of the last of season two. The last franchise thing I'd be doing here before I see mom and dad. So technically, this is like my life's work endpoint here at this point. I might do another, maybe a quick season three or something, whatever. Really quickly, some experimentation or whatever. Whatever happens after this, this is officially the last one here. Season 2 of 36 Archives. Spoiler. So, but I have until I have until the end of August to get out of here. But I want to get out of here as soon as possible. So, get out of here by July. Great. June, I seriously doubt I'll be able to get out of here by June. Let me see. Groceries run out by. Today is 9. I have I think I have until 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I'm trying to order only one time every month, so I have to have the food last up until I know I definitely have enough food for Saturday up to Father's Day, Sunday. These days I have to look up to see. You know what? Let's look up now. No, can I do that? No, I can't because of some of the data in there. I can't do it while I'm recording. Okay. So, okay, so here we go. So we're going to enter the data in. Select right. The season 2 archive. Oh yeah, what to call it? Gotcha. Go back up here. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna call this one. So we'll call it season 2. Big letters. Season 2. This is archives. Episode. This one's episode 1. There we go. Alright. It's perfect coincidental. Finding out that definitely at least quarter of the planet is really stupid. I would say half. They're I've literally lost respect for half the planet and practically the entire white race. So this should be easy sailing from here, basically. Overall, don't say basically. Now, there's tons of false words in the thing to get it done the fastest, and I don't want to compromise some of the meaning, so it's fine. I can deal with it. My spirituality will see when I can control it. I will. I mean, I could have filtered. I could have done super filtering, but then you'd have to replace the words, and some of the meanings would change and all that. And the whole thing is based. And don't even second. It's fine. It's good enough. Getting to mom and dad's more important. As long as the main message is through, and it's experimental. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I know the message can still get through, so it's fine. It works out. I can sense it. My feelings about this is fine. So, because there's what I wrote on. There's I've identified about 70 false words. The AI can't keep up, telling it to filter all that. So, if I manually filter it, it would take me. It wouldn't even be worth it. I mean, I could easily do it. I have to do it. There's 7 episodes. So there's I have to do it on 7 files, filtering 70 times. That's so that's 70 times 7. So the easy way to look at it is 10 times 100. So that is what's 10 times 100,000. So I would literally have to be typing up I would say at least 1,000 times, and it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it to go through 1,000 times typing up. So eventually, if I can get a stable AI to actually filter it, and the whole thing is the AI might replace some of the words with another false word, which I hadn't even thought about, and you lose some of the meaning of what they're trying to say, of some of the meaning. But yeah, it's so convoluted that this is why what's his name, the famous autistic, simply gave up. He gave up at the end about trying to, on how he was dealing with his autism. So, me, I never give up. But here it's more like I'm not at that power level to do that. It's not even a power level. It's about the time I have to get to my parents. It's not worth it for me to spend so much time where it gets to the point where I don't get to them fast enough. So what I'm doing with this series, even though it's my life's work here, it's an experiment. No, actually, I should add something there. It's still an experiment in itself. In other words, I see how the series goes with these, because I tried to delete all the false words in the first season 1, but like some of the meaning seems to have been missed a little bit. So here now in season 2, we'll leave them in and see if the meaning stays. So it's still valid. There's still a validation and purpose for me to leave, and then see, I'm still learning. It's still a learning thing to see what happens with it. And so it's not all for nothing. All right, here we go. So we gotta add on the dialogue. All right. So the thing, I was brain thinking this when I was awake this morning. It's like, forget the font, forget the cycling of the story, bookending it, and all that stuff. Forget about some of your film paraphrasing here. I might be off by 50, but forget about all your film degree, everything you learn. Simply do what you think is the best thing. They don't really care. Audiences don't really care as long as you have something entertainment. So I took graphic applications, about fonts and how to do this, and then screenwriting and all that. But it's like what what's his name, Bruce Lee said. He learned all that. You learn all that, but then forget it. Maybe Sun Tzu says that. I forget who's that. It's paraphrasing there. So it's not that I'm forgetting about what I learned. It's simply that I'm doing it the way I think it should be done. And I'm saying all this because what triggered this was finding out how mind-blowing stupid people are. How confirmation of the stupidity of people within this past 24 hours. All from Elon doing that, whatever, the tweet or whatever you call it, when he put on his X or whatever, that message about Epstein and Trump, and then the fact that MAGA doesn't realize it. And that was triggered. My reaction was triggered from the Young Turks video where they revealed it. And it was the reporter. What was it? The reporter that said, yeah, there's like an Indian reporter. She looked, or Muslim or something. Well, she was dark skinned, and she wasn't African, but she looked kind of like I don't know. She looked kind of Muslim or something, but Muslim American or something maybe. Almost Indian. She could have been Indian, but her reporting is good reporting. She said, with MAGA is having a Jesus moment, paraphrasing her. It's their Jesus moment. They what was it? MAGA completely thrown out the window about this revelation, or they're having a meltdown. Because actually maybe Sync. The guy's name is CENK. Maybe he said the thing. I think he said, and MAGA doesn't realize they don't get it or something. I forget. You'll have to watch. Either the girl said it or he said it. Said something about, yeah, MAGA doesn't. This is a surprise to MAGA and something. Oh my God, how can they not know? Of course, Trump is on the list, and they mean list like, in that way that, you know, in the bad way. Of course he is. Even if, how do I say it? How do I say it? Even if I didn't know everything I knew about Trump and stuff, how do I say it? Even if you don't follow him completely, there's enough on Trump where you see that he's in the, there's a large amount of negativity surrounding him. I think if you simply even watch regular media news, what they call the mainstream media, even from that you can tell there's something. I mean, they reported it on what's it? With them, he said he grabbed women by the whatever and all that. So you can actually, it's easy. It's easy to understand and believe, and even simply have a subconsciously you know that Trump is what you should know. They don't have it though. The fact that they don't even realize this is like beyond comprehension. So what does this have to do with my stuff? Like I said, it's like, forget it. All these white people taught me about the film stuff. I mean, if they're this stupid, I might as well go with what I think is the best. So I don't have to be so nonchalant on the font. I mean, simply, don't have to modify all the fonts so much. Simply go with what I feel is the best way to do it. So now we're back to kind of like the way I did it from the beginning on my own. Back to Critters. Editing it. I was like, what story? I remember when we got into film class, at one point, I think it was screenwriting or something. It's like, plot, what plot? And yeah, it was in Andy's screenwriting class. Like, there's a plot? I don't think story. I don't know exactly what I was thinking in my mind, what words I used, but in my mind I was thinking somewhere along the lines of it, and I could be 50% off here. It's like, plot. It's about story. Stuff happens as we're tying to the I didn't even learn about tying, cycling, or anything until years afterwards, after graduating. But I mean, we learned the structure, the overall structure. Act 1, Act 2, Act whatever. Headline, dialogue. The core of it. I don't want to use the word basic. It sounds like basic. But the minimum of it, the minimum core. Alright, let's get to Season 2 Archives Dialogue. There we go. Gosh, yeah. Alright, so here we go. What is, oh no, that's that, okay. So here it is. There it is. This file should be nothing in here. Yeah, 0. So let me delete that one. Okay, there we go. There you go. Turn it into timeline. There we go. Save. There you go. There's the audio. Now I gotta input the pictures in, which is all sort of pictures. So I think I'm gonna stop recording here because the pictures is like the same as you saw before. Yeah, I might as well do one image. I don't know. It's gonna take a little bit while. I'm gonna have to think what text I want to put in. I was thinking of putting a text about. Someone mentioned about paraphrasing here. Like they're gonna need fresh investors every time it dips up and down, like what Trump's trying to do, and eventually there won't be enough people. Because they need fresh investors going in all the time, and eventually they'll run out. So you can't they can't keep scamming people with the stock market. I might put that on the text from there, or might not. But I uploaded up and up on the web. that that comment, so it's up there. Yeah, I don't think I'll integrate into here. It's yeah, it's not necessary. I don't think I want to keep it the same as like kind of the same flavor with season 1. So kind of a homogeneity to it, good homogeneity. Not that there isn't diversity in the script. All right. So we'll do that. Yeah. Let's play it through. Let's see how it sounds at least. All right. Let's see this.
Paul Ogden, analyzing reverse names for patterns or hidden.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so you know what? Actually, I will add an image. Why not? Let's see what it talks about, and then that'll be it for the
Paul Ogden, the list
documentation.
appears to be a series of names reversed letter by letter, possibly to conceal original identities or to encode a message. Paul Ogden, several names, when reversed, form recognizable names such as Brian.
Okay, so yeah, it'll be a big deal for me to pick the first image. Hold on. The internet is finicky, so technically I would turn it off now, but because it's so finicky, don't. Okay. So what am I doing? I am the imaging, right? I'm sorry. Okay. Here we go. Pictures, downloads. Alright. We're good. So let's I'll stop the documentation eventually here, but now I'm going to continue. I'm going to try to finish. I should be able to finish the entire series today, edit it, and even upload. That's how small these files are. So finally, I'll be able to finish off. Thank goodness. Alright, so first image we're going to put up. This is about reversal of names. I almost want to call it backwards. This season 2, the header name. So, ooh, why not Putin? Because there's something about Putin. There's something about all this tying to Ukraine. I could put Putin on here. That would actually cement it. The first image you put is going to be very important. Very, very important. So you can stay with me as I pick. Alright? So this is important. I'm not going to do any new imaging because the internet is finicky, but it's not even necessary. I already planned for this. The internet would give me issues, and I'll simply use the images I already have now. So let's see, something has to that would be summarizes the entire series. So the whole thing is about backward stuff. A lot of it's about backward stuff. So reversing of the words. Let's see. See what it ends on. It ends on, right, and then right. Okay. Main theme spoilers is about one of the main themes. Well, actually, the main theme is EMF causing everything, the overpop. So it looks like we're going to need something about like something like radiation. This could work. This is a virus. I could use that. Let me see, but if it's about EMF, let's see if there's another one. Could this work? Maybe this thing? No. Alright, but I want it to be original. Original as possible. Ooh. Yeah, this image is perfect. Okay, but let's see. Let's dive deeper before we. Again, the first one is most important. It's a spiritual element to it. I like this one a lot. Yeah, this one looks really good. This one could work. get these people to disconnect the Wi-Fi. Alright. Ooh, maybe that imaging. This imaging could do it. Yeah, that imaging could really do it. Where's in there? Let's see. Wi-Fi. Maybe this thing. Think. Ooh, I could start it with this and end it with this. That'd be very bookendish. I know I said forget about what, but there's a neat quality to it. So we start off with what would it mean? No, it has to make sense though with the words that are you're seeing and okay. Slavery. That was basically season 1 had a huge slavery theme to it. So this one's mainly about what's the main thing it ended up being? So it ended up being trying to stop World War III. So let's see if there's a. See, that would seem very World War III-ish. Yeah, okay. Gotta focus here. Okay. Three. Oh, I like these images a lot. Yeah. I don't have to. Okay. Something that literally summarizes everything. Again, the first image is very important. It sets the mood. So if this is supposed to be like my swan song, I mean, not in the sense of at this point. Of course, there's a ton of videos going to be doing, when I leave here and everything. But to this point, to get all the way to this point. Ooh, maybe it's this one. Maybe this one. No. I keep wanting to put Putin on here because he's, yeah. Putin. I think this one will work perfectly. Alright, I think it's gonna be Putin. It's Putin. It's definitely Putin. It's Putin. Putin's gonna love it that I put him in. Alright, let me simple view. Okay, there we go. So Putin. I have to put this and put this here and then smack this up. Trying to think. Now since this is about turning stuff off, yeah, started there. Alright. See what we got. Alright, here we go. Drum roll. Let's see what we got.
Several names, when reversed, form recognizable names such as Brian Mast, Nancy Pelosi, Paul Hogan, analyzing reversed names for patterns or hidden messages. Paul Hogan, the list appears to be a series of names reversed letter by letter, possibly to conceal original identities or to encode a message. Paul Hogan, several names, when reversed, form recognizable names such as Brian Mast, Nancy Pelosi, David Browser, and Thomas Suozzi. Paul Hogan, the inclusion of phrases like trap activate, need take mail, and repay same old thing suggests potential keywords or code words embedded within the list. Paul Hogan, noticing patterns, many names are reversed with added or altered structures, indicating a possible cipher or code. Paul Hogan, the phrase do the 36 inside letters could imply that the 36 entries are significant, perhaps representing a code or a set of key characters. Paul Hogan, some of the reversed phrases seem to contain hidden words or anagrams, such as trap activate or need take.
Okay, yeah, so it might not, that might not be the first image. We'll see as I'm editing, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, and then I'll simply sprinkle them in, and then we'll see where it goes. But that's it. Yeah. All right. Beautiful.